So for these first few moments as you're settling into your position, do so with a sense of taking your time. And as you settle in, scanning through your body and really checking to see if there's any movements or adjustments that could help you feel even just 1% more comfortable. And again, as you settle, that same sense of attention, scanning through your body, noticing these little adjustments and movements, and the support you're offering yourself, the support that's here. And checking in again, is there anything I could adjust or edit or ask for that could help me feel even just 1% more comfortable? So as we settle in and really pay attention to what we're noticing, we start to gather information. Even noticing what it's like to be attended to by yourself and from those of us in the room who are here to support you. And over the next few breaths, on every exhale, see what it's like to relax a little more into the position you're in. So as we move towards this guided journey, this guided meditation, let's also bring in a bit of allowance and patience for our sense of focus. When your mind wanders, see what it's like to celebrate your awareness, and then just gently venture back to your breath and to being present to my guidance. Focus is a muscle, and it generally needs to be flexed many times, especially at the beginning of an experience. So for these next few breaths, notice how you can bring a little more attention towards the sense of sound. Just noticing the various sounds in the space. Notice if you can just gently receive the sounds without needing to latch onto them or make meaning or figure them out. Just noticing how sound moves in and flows on by. And notice how you can bring your attention towards the sense of support that is beneath you, and around you. Really sensing into the support that you have. Paying attention to the actual sensations of contacting that support. Can you allow your arms to be heavy, like heavy curtains, stable and relaxed? With each breath, inviting your legs to relax and be heavier, letting go of the need to hold your legs in any position. Perhaps bringing a little more attention towards your feet. For a couple of slow, mindful breaths, just feel your feet. Notice how you can guide your attention up your legs. And for a few slow, mindful breaths, just feel your legs. Breathing in, breathing out. And feeling into your hips and your pelvis. Just a couple breaths there. This natural intelligence of your breath in your hips and pelvis expanding as you inhale, relaxing as you exhale. And then noticing your belly, your back, your chest, your shoulders. Noticing how your breath moves fluidly, expanding from belly, ribs to chest. And then everything relaxes as you exhale. And down both arms, through your elbows, wrists, to the tips of your fingers. Feeling both arms as you inhale and exhale. And allowing your attention to rise up, feeling through your throat and neck, your face and head. Noticing what it's like as you breathe to feel your neck and head. Now notice what it's like to feel your whole body breathing. Feeling each breath as it comes in and flows out. Really letting the breath be just as it is, without trying to change it or regulate it in any way. Allowing your breath to flow easily and naturally with its own rhythm, its own intelligent pace. Knowing you are breathing perfectly well right now. Nothing for you to do or change. Just breathe. Now notice what it's like to allow an image to form in your mind's eye. Knowing that even if it doesn't come as a visual image, just practice allowing the sense of what it feels like, or the feeling of the overall shape of this experience as you conjure the image, the visual of a path leading towards a forest. Slowly walking, imagining, noticing perhaps the sound of the wind, the rustling of leaves as you get closer and closer to this forest. Perhaps you can notice the sight as you walk slowly on this path. The trees of this forest become larger, beginning to take in the size, the depth, the beauty of this forest. And as that path enters the forest, you notice a whole new world of life, sheltered by large trees of various colors and textures. Walking slowly, really taking time. Noticing how this forest appears for you. Perhaps there are changing sounds of little brooks as you walk by. The sound and feeling of dead leaves on the ground crunching beneath your feet. Up ahead, you start to see a clearing with curiosity, patience, eyes soft, open wide. You walk towards the clearing, and you begin to notice through that clearing is the most magnificent, most beautiful mountain you know or have ever seen or can imagine. Letting it gradually come into greater focus. Its lofty peak or peaks high in the sky. The large base rooted in the bedrock of the Earth's crust. Its steep or gently sloping sides. Really noticing how massive it is, how solid, how deeply stable, how beautiful. Whether from afar or up close. Perhaps your mountain has snow blanketing its top, and trees reaching down to the base, or rugged granite sides. There may be streams and waterfalls cascading down the slopes. There may be one peak or a series of peaks, perhaps a meadow or lakes up high. Just observing it, noting its qualities. Yet when you feel ready, at least seeing if you can bring the mountain into your own body, so that your body and the mountain in your mind's eye become one. You share in this massiveness and the stillness and the majesty of the mountain. You become the mountain. Affording a panoramic view from the mountaintop. With each breath, becoming a little more of a breathing mountain, alive and vital, yet unwavering in your inner stillness. A centered, grounded, majestic presence. Your inner mountain. Sitting in this seat of the mountain, becoming aware of the fact that as the sun travels across the sky, the light and shadows and colors are changing virtually moment by moment in the mountain's stillness. Yet the surface of the mountain, and beneath the surface, there is life and activity. Streams, melting snow, waterfalls, plants, and wildlife. As the mountain sits, seeing and feeling how night follows day and day follows night. The bright, warming sun, followed by the cool night sky studded with stars. And again, the gradual dawning of a new day. Witnessing the aliveness below and above the mountain's surface as parts of the mountain. Uncoupling from these parts, sensing the unchanging stability of the mountain and the constant change and qualities that may have seemed to be the mountain, yet are actually in relationship with the mountain. An intimate relationship that adds uniqueness to your mountain. Seeing emotions, stories, experiences, thoughts, and perspectives unblending from the mountain, so the mountain can turn towards and notice these parts of it. Through it all, the mountain just sits, experiencing change in each moment, constantly changing, yet always just being itself. It remains still and connected as the seasons flow into one another, and as the weather changes moment by moment, day by day. A calmness, abiding all change. In summer, there is no snow on the mountain, except perhaps the very peaks or in the shielded areas away from direct sunlight. In the fall, the mountain may wear a coat of brilliant fire colors. In winter, a blanket of snow and ice. In any season, it may find itself at times enshrouded in clouds or fog, or pelted by freezing rain. People may come to see the mountain and comment on how beautiful it is, or how it's not a good day to see the mountain. It's too cloudy or rainy or foggy or dark. None of this matters to the mountain, which remains at all times its essential self. Clouds may come and go. Tourists may like it or not. The mountain's magnificence and beauty are not changed one bit by whether people see it or not, seen or unseen, in sun or clouds, day or night. It just sits, being itself, creating a home for the parts that have grown there. And when spring comes, trees leaf out, flowers bloom in the high meadows and slopes. Birds sing in the trees once again. Streams overflow with the waters of melting snow. Through it all, the mountain continues, unmoved by the weather, by what happens on the surface or beneath the surface. Remaining its essential self through the seasons, the changing weather, the activity ebbing and flowing. Welcoming these parts of the mountain as you see them with fresh mountain eyes. A deep inner stability, observing with curiosity as information may be revealed about these parts. from the seat of this mountain. Perhaps you can turn towards and be with a part or parts of you that are here. To just listen, to be curious, to build a relationship. Let the mountain guide you. to bring a little more attention toward the sounds and the space once again. Noticing the sound of your breath. Inviting your breath to slow down if that feels appropriate. Just taking your time. We notice more when we slow down. Perhaps you can notice the qualitative difference between your inhale and exhale. The change in pressure. The change in energy, sensation. Noticing the areas of your body where you feel the inhale and exhale. Really inviting in the sentiment, no rush. Perhaps allowing a couple breaths where you move a tiny bit, wiggle your fingers, your toes, or rock your head side to side, and then again, lavish in stillness. Listening and feeling. Noticing what's here now. You might gather information about another area of your body that's ready to move a little bit. Inviting really gentle movement. Just for a couple breaths, and then again settling in stillness and enjoying this body resting here and now. And just check in. Is there any area of your body that you haven't moved yet? See what it's like to bring a little bit of gentle movement to that area of your body, just for a couple of breaths, and then let it rest again. Now, depending on the position you're in, some of you might enjoy rolling onto your side. Others might find just again a little bit of movement, a stretch, and then settling back into their restful position could feel nice. As we begin this transition out of our experience, just allowing a few moments here to really notice what you're feeling. bringing some curiosity or some space towards what that experience brought up for you. Any insights, any interesting visuals, sensations. Maybe there was a part of you that you saw with fresh eyes. Without needing to figure anything out or make meaning of anything, notice how you can just hold space to notice what you notice. With that same wisdom of no rush. Over your next few breaths, see what it's like to feel your whole body breathing, expanding and relaxing. Whole body breathing. Every inhale, an opportunity to open and receive the insights and the wisdom from within. Every exhale, a reminder of constant change, our ability to let go and start over. Every slow breath containing all 4 seasons. Spring, the new beginnings, the peak of summer, the harvest and slowing down of autumn, and the peace, the stillness, the rest of winter. Allow yourself to enjoy that for a few breaths. Now, in your own time, in your own way, beginning the transition out of this experience. Perhaps following movements, stretches, maybe a yawn. Really taking your time. Welcoming yourself back as we welcome you back.